This day, I invited one of my friends to catch Amadai, the filefish, in return for helping me catch Bonito.
いやでかいのが来て、うまくやり取りすれば切れる。
The water condition that day was a little rough, but he made it for his first Amadai. I was glad.
Oi! やったぜ!
Hi, how we doing? Welcome back to another episode of Fishing Life Awaji. I'm at home now. So the other day I got the information about something I've wanted for quite a long time. That bonito, not just bonito, it's called Suma Bonito. And it's even more delicious than regular bonito. So that bonito has been migrating around Awaji Island, my home water. And I saw that one of my friends is catching that bonito. So I contacted him on Instagram and asked him to take me with him. That was a shore casting game, and that was quite an interesting method. So today I'd like to introduce that type of rig. So it was a lure casting game, and the lure what we used was this one. This is actually very small. The size is only 45 millimeters because they were chasing very small bait. So that's why this type of small lure was required to cast them. So this one is pretty light. It's just a plastic and a hook and feather. So we have to cast this thing like 100 meters away. So how to cast this light lure? We use this type of sinker. It's a balance arm. So we connect this plastic lure to this balance arm with a leader. It's a 30-pound mono leader. So it's about 2-meter leader, pretty long. That's why we have to use this thing to prevent from getting tangled, because the leader is very long, so easy to get tangled. Okay, so connect the leader to the end of this balance arm, and at the end there's a tiny little hole here, so we go through this line here and then make an 8 knot here. So something like this. Okay, that's it. So this is how to connect this lure to the leader. And the other side of the arm connecting to the main line. And then cast it. And in the water, this lure moves like this. It spins really fast like this. So by this flashy effect, bonito will chase it and bite it. So this is how the lure works. By the way, this lure is called Yumizuno, very traditional fishing lure. And unfortunately, I couldn't shoot a video when we caught that bonito, but this is the photo when I caught it. So let's fillet this up for sashimi. It doesn't have any scales, but just cleaning up the skin. And starting from cutting off the thick parts, they have their thick skins around their fins. And cut off the head. This skin is also thick, so you gotta cut it off. And take it off with a back fin. Now it's ready to fillet. Meat and bones are really soft, so it's quite easy to cut. Do the same thing to the other side. scrape off the rib cage. This is a failure. I could have done it better. I scraped off with a lot of meat. Cut along the center bone to separate the fillet into back and belly. Salt it and torch the skin to make tataki. Separate the belly meat from the fillet and slice it thin with skin on. This part is kind of highlight of this whole sashimi. It's a otoro part. And as for the remaining fillet of the belly, I take off the skin this time. And I'm making the dip for sashimi. This is ginger and soy sauce. And another one is ponzu based sauce. Alright, it's done. Sashimi of Suma with 2 different dips.